There are 5 critical mistakes that local businesses are making on YouTube that could be costing you millions of dollars in revenue if you don't fix them. Now, having generated millions of dollars for our own local business just through YouTube leads, this is what I do day in and day out. Most YouTube experts will tell you to focus on getting more subscribers, posting daily content, and growing your audience through views, subscribers, likes, right? But here's what they don't understand about local service businesses. None of that actually puts money into your bank account. It doesn't keep your doors open. If you're a local business owner who feels you need to have 10,000 subscribers before YouTube is gonna work for you, or that you need to post every single day to see results, you're about to discover why that advice is not just wrong, it's really expensive in time and actual dollars. Now, I'd love for you to join me in our Becoming School community where you can get the exact framework we use and be a part of the conversations just like this all the time. Links in the description, and we'll see you in there. Now, while everyone's chasing subscriber counts, successful local businesses like you and me, we are doing something completely different. And that all starts with mistake number 1, which is focusing on subscribers and views instead of connecting with your perfect client avatar. So here's what most local business owners don't realize. You could have 500,000 subscribers and still struggle to pay your bills. Now, I know some YouTube owners that I have met over the years who have huge followings and they get 500,000, million views on their videos. And yet it seems to me from the outside and with having conversations with them that they're struggling to even just pay their mortgage. The problem is simple. Subscribers do not write checks. Clients do. And instead of asking, how do I get more views? You need to start asking, how do I attract the right people who are ready to hire me, my team, and my business and work with me? Your goal isn't to entertain the masses when you are a local business YouTube channel. Your goal is to connect deeply with the specific people who need your service and are willing to pay for your expertise and guidance. Now, that is number 1. And look at this, focusing on subs and views. This was in the brand new YouTube forecast, right? It was their article that came out with their document that was talking about over the last 20 years, 2005 to 2025, what has YouTube done? And one of the things that they noticed is that videos with niche audiences continue to drive viewership. Views for videos with fewer than 100,000 views versus more than 100 million views. So there is a lot of small channels that are driving all the views on YouTube. It's true. These big channels that we sometimes think we're competing against, we're not competing against them. We're not even in the same boat as them. They're in an entertainment boat and we are in a local market niche boat. And by understanding this, it can make it so much easier on yourself. You're not trying to reach everyone. You're just trying to reach one person, but lots of that one person. And the other thing is that the videos that we are watching are getting shorter and longer. So focusing on only doing, 5-minute videos, 15-minute videos, sometimes videos over 60 minutes. And a lot of this is going to be like podcast style, right? But videos that are over 60 minutes, that is growing. And these videos that are under 1 minute, they're growing too. So what do? Me personally, if I am doing this for my channel, which I am for our local business, I focus on this. And the niche market, the timing that I do for our videos is I'm always trying to figure out how do I at least make it 10 minutes, if not 12 to about 22 minutes long. And I have found that most people stick around for about half of the video. 40-ish%, maybe 60% if it's something a little bit shorter. But at the end of the day, you are talking to some people who are local. And if you only focus on subs and views versus the client that you're talking to, you're going to miss the whole point. Because for me, I would rather have 500, 1,000 subscribers who are my ideal clients, or even 1,000 views on a video of my ideal local clients than 500,000 random people who just subscribe to my channel but are never going to hire me. Quality beats quantity always when you're running a local business. So one massive tip here is to focus on that long form content. Now, I made this mistake a couple years ago when one of my employees convinced me, who was a marketing person, convinced me to do more shorts on YouTube. And we did it and our views went up. And that's exactly what she was saying. And I was like, all right, you're correct. But what went down was the leads connecting with me, with us, with our team, and reaching out. So we stopped pushing out the shorts. And what happened? The leads increased back to the level they were before. Short videos like this, under 1 minute, a lot of people watch them just to scroll, right? They're reacting. That's what this is over here. It's for reaction. Long form videos, anything that is really 10 minutes or longer, that is all about relationship. That's the difference between the short form and the long form that I have experienced in our own business. And this is what I'm going for, is relationship building content. Now, views and subscribers won't pay your bills. We know that. But what I'm about to show you could 10x your content creation while cutting your time in half. And a lot of people are a little bit afraid to use it. What is it? Well, mistake number 2 is not using AI inside of your workflows for your content and even your business as well. This is the biggest competitive advantage available to local businesses right now. It's leveling the playing field from large companies to small companies. And I'm sure 95%, whatever the number is, a lot of them, of your competitors aren't using it the right way. While many businesses are struggling 8 hours a week, coming up with video ideas, writing scripts, creating content, smart business owners like you and me are using AI to do this in sometimes just under an hour or 2. So here are the things you can use AI for, specifically in your content. The first one is researching your client's biggest problems. So go into AI, feed it who your avatar is, and have conversations and asking, I've noticed that this is the type of client that I work with, and they always have this type of problem. Can you do some research on that? Give me some advice. Dig deep and go do deep research, right? Whatever it is, but go out and find some more information around that. What else could they be feeling or be frustrated with, right? Ask the questions. The key here is to be curious about what your clients are feeling and frustrated with. Now, number 2 is generating video topics that convert. Again, once you have your avatar figured out, your perfect client avatar, feed it into AI. And then you kind of feed it the types of content you're creating and say, here's my different themes of my videos that I have. And once it has all of that information, then you can actually feed it even further and say, I would like you to come up with some title ideas, right? Those that are inside of my Attraction by Video course, we've created this exact thing. And we give this to those that are a part of that because creating titles that are grabbing for your client are so powerful, right? Packaging of your videos. AI can help you with that, but creating topics, themes, titles, thumbnails, all those ideas, you want AI to do like 80% of the work, 90% of the work, and you have to know how to finish it properly. It's going to give you stuff, but you got to massage it. I want you to remember that. The other one is writing scripts and outlines. So once you have all the things, you got to feed it really good information, really good research about that video, everything you want it to do, and then it can spit back some great outlines of videos. You want it to know the format, the flow. You want it to know how you like hooks, how you like to build your lists. It needs to know all those things. But once it does, it can really give you some great information. And then the other one is optimizing for local search. So you have a channel that is about your business and it's all local. The key here is when I started this, it was something like 60% of our traffic to our videos was through search on YouTube. It wasn't through the browser suggested. So you actually need to start your videos and make sure your titles have some search relevance in them. What are your local clients searching for on Google and on YouTube? Because it's going to be similar on both. And those are things you want to build into your themes and your titling as well. Now, a question I get all the time is what platform should you use? ChatGPT is a big one. Claude is really great. And a new one that I'm trying lately is called Manus.ai. Now, ChatGPT, it does a lot of really great things. You can build custom GPTs in it. Claude, I love for writing. I use it for my scripting, for my titling. I use it for a lot of things that are a lot different than just deep research. And Claude, actually, their deep research has been really good too. And Manus, this is a new one. And so I'm still playing around with this. But what I want to actually offer you is if you go into our Becoming School group, In there is a AI toolkit, and it is a free download where I've actually filmed a whole bunch of videos about me using AI tools and how you can actually interact with them with your content for your local business, how we use Notion, all of these different things. And it's a real big document with a lot of great videos and descriptions on how to use AI. So go into the description, join our Becoming School, and you'll be able to find our AI toolkit inside of there. Now, one of the things that is really valuable with AI is once you have a method or a way of doing something, what I call the ARC method for our script writing, once AI knows how to do this, it can then pump out really, really good content. And so this is the ARC method. And what this is how to script your content for connecting with clients. It's very, very specific and it works really, really good. The first thing you want is attention, right? You want to have a hook. You want to have an ask. You want to have credibility. The second thing is you want to have revelation. So many people think you need to go on this story journey and you want to build stories into it, right? Personal experiences, client stories, whatever it might be. But the thing is, the revelation part is you want the client, when they're watching your content, to finally go, oh, I get it. Or, oh, that makes sense. Oh, that's neat, right? Anything that a client can say when they're watching your video where they get a revelation about something because they're coming to you to learn. They're not coming to be entertained. They're coming to you to learn. So give them something they can learn that they haven't heard before, or it's a way that you say it, that you live out, that's just completely different than what is normal advice out there, right? And then the connection part. Connection is all built throughout the whole video. And I have lots of other videos that talk about this in our channel here, but this is the ARC method. And once you have a method that you can use in AI is really, really good at making this type of content for you a lot easier. Now, mistake number 3 is not having a content creation day. Most local business owners, they approach content creating like a hobby, like a chore. It's like washing the dishes after you just had a meal. Like they post when they feel like it. They create videos when inspiration strikes, or they wait until they have something to say. And the problem with that is they wonder the reasons their results are inconsistent. Their input is inconsistent. You need to be consistent with creating content. Successful local businesses on YouTube treat content creation like any other business system. They have a dedicated day each week where they batch create multiple pieces of content. Now, here is how I do this myself. For me, Tuesdays in our business is content creation day. It is. I build my week around it. My family knows about it. My team knows about it. They know to not come down here on Tuesdays because I have this place blocked off and I am creating content down here. So when you block off your day, you might be really nervous about blocking off a full day every single week just to create one video. I get it. Don't do that. What you want to do is twice a month, right? Twice a month, shoot 2 videos each day. And now you have pretty much a video a week. But blocking off a couple times a month is going to be really, really valuable for you because look at this. YouTube leads in streaming watch time every month since February 2023. There are more people watching, specifically on their TVs, content that is being created by local businesses more than anywhere else. And that's just that part for the local businesses. If you just want to talk about YouTube in general, there are more views on YouTube than there are on Netflix each month. That is wild. We have an opportunity to be a part of a platform that is being seen by so many people and can introduce us to so many incredible clients out there in our local cities. And what you need to do, if you are serious about this, is have a dedicated day each week, or maybe every other week, right, for content creation. Be serious about it. The other is having blocks in the week for research and writing. You want to be able to have a platform, a way of writing your content, and you want to be able to do it consistently. Block this. This is actually the biggest thing. Because this is so important, you want to treat content as working on, not in your business, right? When we think of marketing, A lot of times we sit there and say, this is working in my business, right? Like it's doing a deal, I'm shooting a video, doing a deal, shooting a video, writing a contract, shooting a video, selling this product, connecting with this client, shooting a video. We kind of treat it as the same as working in the business, but it is working on your business. This is future vision casting, creating a new way and new clients out there. This is working on your business. So focusing, even if you, like, here's another option. You could alternate it, right? You could have a shooting, and then you could have a creating and a creating. So you have an office day, and a shooting day, and a shooting day. So each week you're either creating the content for the next week's shoot, or you're shooting the video that you created from last week. That could be a great workflow for you, but you need to come up with something, because not having a content creation day is killing your opportunities for connecting and building wealth from YouTube for your local business. And while you're creating that content, the fourth one is the biggest mistake: not having a repeatable framework. Once you are able to kind of be consistent in creating the content, sometimes it's hard to come up with the right content. So here's a little hack. Here's what you want to do. Have a repeatable framework. Find out the themes that your client are very, very interested in. This could be topics, this could be questions, this could be types of things that they always talk about. This could be problems that you're solving. But you want to have 4 themes that you constantly repeat. Each week, you shoot a new video, and then you repeat it. And every week, you're releasing a different theme. However, every month, the first week of the month is going to be theme 1, and you're going to keep doing theme 1s for months. And then you're going to do theme 2s, right? And you're going to build this thread. You're going to build this chain all the way down. And know what's amazing is yesterday for my local business, I was like, crap, I need to come up with the content for what I'm going to shoot for about 4 or 5 months. And because my system is set up this way, yeah, it only took me an hour and a half to come up with 4 to 6 months worth of content. Kid you not. And the reason is because I know what my audience wants to watch. I've paid attention to what they're watching and what they're not watching. And I know just to keep creating content that they want to watch. And so if I notice that they're not watching this theme that I'm creating, well, that whole section needs to get redone. And I'm going to put a new theme in there and test something else. But I do know that theme 1, that's a winner. This one's a winner and this one's a winner. And I can just repeat that content constantly. But if I know that one's not, I'll replace it with something else. I'll test something and try that. And so creating a repeatable framework like this has taken so much pressure off of me when creating the content. And that's what you want to do for yourself too. Now, what's even behind this is the 5th mistake. And that is your wrong avatar focus, or not knowing who you're talking to. The ideal thing is you want to create content your client wants to watch. Because if you go into your themes and all of a sudden they're not watching a certain bucket, like this theme 2 right here, you need to replace it with something else. So what common questions are asked in the first 10 minutes of meeting them, right? What mistakes do you see them making over and over again that you want to talk about? But the trick here is you want to, in your content, let me erase this just so I can make this a little bit clearer. There we go. So in this theme that you're talking about, each week, each month that you create a video about it, you want to be able to talk about this topic from a different direction. And you want to be able to give different insights. So here is 1 month, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you got 9 months worth of content around one theme. That's how you want to kind of approach this. And so if you're just talking about a single mistake they make, this isn't just like one-off mistakes. If they make multiple mistakes and they're using you to solve that, well, that might be a theme, and you talk about all those things that are around that theme as long as they match, right? Don't just randomly put stuff together, because that's not going to work for your content because it's probably not working now. Now, the other one is what keeps your perfect client avatar awake at 2 a.m. The last one is actually, I wish I knew that sooner. And this is so valuable and so important. I actually created a whole video about this, and you can go find it up here. So we'll see you in that video, and we'll see you in our Becoming School.